Hi guys! Welcome to Science with Miss Donovan and Kirby. Kirby's not in this episode, but she's here in spirit. Today we are going to be making rock candy. And to perform this experiment, we're going to need to use a lot of self-control. So self-control means that each person is responsible for keeping their words and bodies in control. So this experiment is a simple form of self-control. You guys just need to resist taking the candy out of the jar until it is ready, but self-control is important for keeping people safe. When our words and bodies are in control, everybody is safe and no one is in trouble. Only you can keep yourself in control. Practice using self-control while making rock candy can prepare you to use self-control when someone makes you upset or angry. There's a couple things about this experiment. I messed up twice, I'm going to tell you now before we get to the end. So I only put 4 cups of sugar in. In the end, I ended up needing 5 cups of sugar. And you're gonna see me put plastic wrap over the top of the rock candy when I set it up. I ended up taking that off because you need the water to evaporate out in order to form the crystals. So 5 cups of sugar and no plastic wrap. Let's jump into the experiment. Okay, you're gonna need a lot of stuff for this project. So what you're gonna need is a pot and a stove, a spoon, 4 cups of sugar, a jar to put your sugar solution in, something to measure your water. You're gonna need 2 cups. I'm using this mason jar because it has the cups on it. Food coloring and flavoring is optional. I don't have any flavoring, I'm just gonna have pure sugar. Plastic wrap, skewers or string, you can use either, and a clip to hold the skewer straight, or the string. You'll see that later. So before you even start, I did this earlier, what you're going to do is you are going to take your skewers, dip them in water, and then dip them in sugar. Let me see if I can get it to focus. This is going to cause the sugar to crystallize on the outside. This is called seed crystal. This is going to give the rock candy something to form off of. So this is really important, and that you let it dry. Okay, I am taking my 2 cups of water and bringing it to a boil on the stove. If you are working on the stove, make sure you're working with an adult or you have permission to be working on the stove. Alright, once your water is boiling, you're going to add your first cup of sugar. I measured it into this bowl because it's a little easier for me to pour with one hand. And you're going to mix it in until it is entirely dissolved. Alright, once it is dissolved, you're going to do that with the remaining 3 cups of sugar. So I will check back in with you guys once all my sugar is added. Alright, I had to switch bowls because mine was too small. So all of my sugar is in here and dissolved. I'm going to turn off the heat and I'm going to add my color, and if you have a flavor you can add that now. You can use like maple syrup, you can use like peppermint oil, really be creative. You can use whatever you would like. So I'm going to add my color now, and then I'm going to let this sit for 10 minutes to cool down. Very important, 10 minutes. Okay, so we are going to pour our sugar solution into our mason jar that we are going to make our rock candy in. So I dyed it a blue-green. When you are doing this, be careful. If you need the help of a parent, grandpa, anyone, please ask for it. So I'm gonna have a little extra. Just fill it up to the top and that should be good. Alright, I have my sugar solution in this jar. I'm going to rest a piece of plastic over the top loosely, and it has a hole in it that I punctured before I put it on that I can put my stick through. So next you are going to put your stick with your sugar through the hole. And make sure it's a little above the bottom. Make sure you can feel that. And then you are going to use a clip to make sure this stays upright. I'm gonna do that without the camera and then show you guys in a second. Alright, so my clip wasn't long enough to go all the way across the jar, so I kind of stuck it up with another stick. It's very precariously positioned. You guys can probably do better, but this is what you want your final setup to look like. So I will check in a few days and we'll see how our crystals are growing. Okay guys, little update. I had to actually reboil this because the crystals weren't growing and add a whole nother cup of sugar. So I will change the directions for you later, but you can see all those little sparkles in there are actually suspended sugar crystals. So hopefully they start sticking to the stick soon and growing some crystals. So we'll check in a day or two. Alright guys, it is about 3 days in and you can see how much bigger crystals I've gotten. You can also see that they are building up on the bottom and on the sides of the jar. So hopefully next time we check in, we will be taking this out. Alright, to take this out, you need to break all of the sugar at the top. Use a fork. And that is your rock candy. You can see all of the crystals that have grown on it. I can get it in focus. You can just let this dry off and enjoy. If you want your crystals bigger than this, you can leave your rock candy in the solution for longer. It's really up to you, but that is the final product. So what happened in this experiment? We created a supersaturated solution by dissolving more sugar in the water than normally possible. By increasing the temperature of the water, we allowed more sugar to dissolve in the water than what would be possible at room temperature. As the solution cools down, it becomes unstable because it contains more solute, which is the sugar, than can stay in the solution. So the temperature decreases and sugar comes out of the solution, creating crystals. I hope you guys enjoyed this experiment. If you want to post on Facebook the pictures of your rock candy, that would be awesome. I would really love to see them. I hope you have a good rest of your day, and I will see you guys next week. Bye!